Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because Saturday in the Bundesliga is about to bring us one of the most electrifying showdowns you could ask for. Augsburg against Bayern Munich. And trust me, this isn't just another league fixture. This is David versus Goliath. This is a team with nothing to lose going head-to-head with one of the strongest squads in world football. And if you thought this was going to be predictable, think again, because both sides are heading into this match with storylines that could flip the game on its head. Now let's dive right into Augsburg. Just last weekend, they pulled off an impressive 3-1 victory against Freiburg, and they did it without even starting with a recognized striker. That's right, Sandro Wagner rolled the dice, went unconventional, and it paid off. But this weekend, the situation is a little different. Philipp Tietz, their striker, is back fit and ready to start. He's expected to replace Elias Saad up top, which could completely reshape the way Augsburg approaches this game. And let's not forget Mert Komür, who has been on fire lately, just getting nominated for the Germany U21 squad. He's not just a name anymore. He's a rising star who has the confidence to trouble even Bayern's backline. And speaking of new faces, how about Han-Noah Masengo? What a debut performance he put in. Calm, composed, commanding in midfield, and ready to prove that his first impression was no fluke. He's likely to partner with Christian Jakic in the double pivot, and if those two can control the tempo, Bayern might just have to work harder than they expect. But Augsburg's challenges don't end there. Samuel Assendi is still suspended, Alexis Claude Maurice is still not fully back, and Dimitris Giannoulis, well, he's facing a late fitness test. So yes, Augsburg have some issues, but they've also got momentum. And sometimes in football, momentum is everything. But let's be real, the giant in the room is Bayern Munich. And oh boy, they are looking scary right now. Vincent Kompany has walked in, taken charge, and in his very first Bundesliga game as Bayern manager, he orchestrated a ruthless 6-0 demolition of RB Leipzig. 6 goals, total dominance, and a performance that sent a message not just to Germany but to the entire football world. Bayern are not slowing down. Harry Kane, their superstar striker, already has 6 goals across all competitions this season, and we're only at the start. He looks hungry, sharper than ever, and if you're Augsburg's defense, you're not just marking a world-class striker, you're marking a man who's chasing records. But here's where it gets interesting. Kompany doesn't need to make many changes. In fact, he probably won't. Expect the exact same lineup, the exact same high intensity, the same balance of power in midfield with Joshua Kimmich and Leon Goretzka pulling the strings, and the creativity coming from the wings with Michael Olise, Serge Gnabry, and of course Brahim Diaz in behind Kane. This is a team that's not just loaded with talent. It's got chemistry, it's got rhythm, and it's got firepower from every angle. And yet, even Bayern aren't invincible. They're still missing some key names. Hiroki Ito is out, Alphonso Davies, one of the fastest players in world football, is unavailable, Tom Bischoff isn't ready, and Jamal Musiala is still sidelined. That's creativity, speed, and dynamism that they don't have access to. So, yes, Bayern are strong, but they're not at their absolute best. That little crack in the armor, could Augsburg exploit it? Could they shock the Bundesliga? That's the question on everyone's mind. Now, before we go further, let me drop this for you. When underdogs like Augsburg take on giants like Bayern, history tells us anything can happen. Remember some of those classic Bundesliga upsets where Bayern were caught off guard? Well, Augsburg have pulled it off before and they believe they can do it again. So if you're thinking this is going to be a walk in the park, think twice. Because football has a way of writing scripts you can never predict. All right, let's break it down even more. Augsburg are expected to line up in a 3-4-2-1. That means Dahmen in goal, Matsima, Gauliu, and Schlotterbeck forming the back three. Wolf and Giannoulis as wingbacks, Jakic and Masengo in midfield, with Komür and Fellhauer providing that creative spark just behind Tietz. It's a compact shape designed to frustrate Bayern, hit them on the counter, and make sure they don't have too much space to breathe. If Augsburg can stay disciplined and keep Kane isolated, then maybe, just maybe, they can turn this game into a tactical battle rather than a goal fest. On the other hand, Bayern's 4-2-3-1 is as classic as it gets. Manuel Neuer between the sticks, with Leimer, Upamecano, Ta, and Stanisic across the defense. In midfield, the double pivot of Kimmich and Goretzka is one of the most balanced in world football, providing both defensive cover and attacking transitions. And ahead of them, you've got Elise on the right, Gnabry on the left, Diaz floating in the middle, and Kane leading the line. Every single one of these names is capable of producing magic, and when you put them together, it's a nightmare for any defense. But here's another angle to keep you hooked: Harry Kane's chase for the Golden Boot. He's already in terrifying form, and every game feels like an opportunity for him to send another reminder to Europe that he's one of the most complete strikers alive. And you know what? He thrives in games like this. A smaller opponent, a chance to rack up numbers, a chance to dominate. Augsburg's defenders need to be ready for 90 minutes of pure intensity because Kane doesn't switch off, not even for a second. And let's talk about Bayern's manager, Vincent Kompany. He's still new in this role, but already he's showing that he's not afraid to be bold. His tactics against Leipzig weren't just effective. They were ruthless, high-pressing, quick transitions, and relentless attacking. If he applies the same formula against Augsburg, then this game could get ugly fast. But here's the catch. Augsburg know that. They've had a week to prepare, to study, to adapt. Will they sit deep and absorb the pressure? Will they risk pushing forward? That tactical chess match between Kompany and Wagner is going to be fascinating. And here's a hook for you right now. What if Augsburg score first? Imagine the atmosphere. Imagine the nerves. Imagine the pressure suddenly shifting to Bayern. Because when giants stumble early, that's when upsets happen. And Augsburg will know this. Their job isn't to outplay Bayern for 90 minutes. It's to survive, to frustrate, and to strike at the perfect moment. But Bayern, as always, have the weapons to respond. Serge Gnabry's pace and finishing, Olise's creativity, Diaz's vision. These aren't just support acts, they're match winners on their own. And then you add Harry Kane into the mix, and you're looking at a team that can score in every way possible. Headers, long shots, intricate passing moves, you name it. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is more than just 3 points. For Bayern, it's about keeping their dominance alive, proving that their demolition of Leipzig wasn't just a one-off, but the start of a relentless campaign. For Augsburg, it's about making a statement, proving that they belong, that they can stand, tall even against the mightiest of opponents. And let me tell you, when underdogs play with belief, football becomes poetry. So as we look ahead to kickoff, keep your eyes on the battles. Masengo and Jakic against Kimmich and Goretzka. Midfield will be war. Kamur trying to break the lines, Kane trying to break the net. Augsburg's defense trying to hold firm, Bayern's attack trying to break through. This is Bundesliga football at its finest. And here's the final hook for you: don't blink. Because whether it's a Bayern masterclass or an Augsburg miracle, this game has all the ingredients to deliver drama, goals, and unforgettable moments. Get ready, because Augsburg versus Bayern Munich is not just a match, it's a story waiting to be written.